Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maria Rufina, the Council Member of KL and Selangor Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I will also be moderating this session for today. Now, without further ado, I would like to give a warm welcome to our President, Dr. R. Ramanathan, all right, and also our Deputy President here, Mr. Selvam, our Vice President here, Dr. Nawamani, and we have our Honorary Secretary General, I think, Nivas Raghavan, and also our Honorary Treasurer, Mr. Kumaraguru, all right? And our distinguished speaker for today, Dr. Chanthira Kumar Devaraj, our KLSICCI Executive Committee Management Council members, and all participants today. The number is very good. We have 51 of you today, and thank you so much for your support. This is our event number, the 5th event for the year 2021. Even though we are very early, I mean, it's just January, I think we have already covered about 5 events and more to come. Continue to subscribe and get to know what all our events are and attend all our events, okay? Now, without further ado, what I would like to do is I would like to invite our Honorary Treasurer to give a welcoming speech. Can I invite Mr. Kumaraguru to the stage, please?
Thank you, Dr. Maria Rufina. Thank you. Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to our KLSICCI's Town Hall sessions on personal branding entrepreneur. And I'm Kumaraguru Muniandi. On behalf of KLSICCI, I would like to thank to our ESCOs, our council members, all the participants as well. And today our guest speaker, Dr. Chanthira Kumar, known as Dr. CK, and is my good friend as well. And the main reason, this is, I think, this is our 5th events, right, Dr. Maria? Yeah, so, and KLSICCI doing a lot of events, and this is one of the events whereby I want to elevate our business entrepreneur to elevate their business to another level. And why branding? Branding is important because of to brand your companies. Last time, a lot of companies, you know about like Apple, Nike, Coca-Cola, everybody branding on the company. And the trending changed to branding on entrepreneur, branding yourself, because branding yourself is more powerful. And more than that, I think Dr. CK will explain more detail about it because he's expert in that particular field. And KLSICCI, for information, we are doing a lot of clinic sessions. Let's say you need more help on your business, on marketing, accounting, or anything on financial assistance. We will show the guide for you. We show the path how to get things done for you. So that's the main part of the chamber, whereby we want to help and elevate all our Indian business owners. And glad to see a lot of people like I can see Chinese and Indians and Malays also around. This is really impressive. And further not due, Dr. Maria, you can carry on. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Kumaraguru, for giving a quick insight on what KLSICCI does. And as Mr. Kumaraguru said, we are open to all. All right, we're a business. We want to encourage and empower business people. So everyone. Now, this session is going to be for 1 hour, guys. It's going to be from 3:30 to 4:30. And what we're going to do is let us dive straight into the topic. But before that, kindly mute yourselves. I'll appreciate if you all can mute yourselves, because it will be very disturbing for the speakers if there are some noises around, okay? And if you have any question at all, please drop it in the chat box or hold on to it. And once Dr. CK finishes, then you could even throw the question. You can just unmute yourself and speak. All right. So those are some simple guidelines. I think we are all very familiar with it already. And now, without further ado, I want to introduce the man here. Okay. Now, we are very pleased, ladies and gentlemen, to have Dr. Chanthira Kumar Devaraj with us today. Thank you, Doctor, for taking your time off to be with us and speak to us today. Basically, Dr. Chanthira Kumar Devaraj, or in other words, in short, we call him, he has branded himself as Dr. CK. So that's what branding we call it, yeah? He's an industry professional with over 25 years of managerial experience. He holds a doctorate in business management and is internationally recognized by his appointment as the member of the board of advisors for Malaysian International Digital Entrepreneur Center, MIDEC, a global entity. Now, he's a brand expert, influencer, and also a strategy consultant and founder at personalbrandforyou.com. He's also a coach, author, founder of personalbrandforyou.com, HRDF master trainer, master NLP coach, certified hypnosis, and a timeline therapist. He was an invited speaker at the USA Global NLP Congress, yeah? And apart from that, he's also a human resources ministry certified personal brand and body language expert. Wow, we've got the right person here to speak to us about the brand. International exposure too he has, including United Nations Community Project for Afghanistan, India, World Bank, and several others. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. CK's profile is very long, but I think even this by itself is good enough for us to let us know that he is the man who's going to share with us. So let us welcome Dr. CK. The floor is yours. Please feel free. Over to you, Doctor. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maria.
Most welcome.
I see a lot of familiar faces here. Dr. Nawa, Kumaraguru. I'm so happy to see all of you here. I believe this is going to be a very informal session. Just all of you are great brand icons, you know. All of you have very large profiles behind you, and you know, you guys are awesome, you know. So here today, we just take some time off to, you know, just to chat little about branding, something that I have learned along the way, which I could share with everyone. And I'm also very sure that I can learn a lot of things from you guys as well. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me and for being here. Let me load the file. Okay, guys. So basically, you know, why branding and why am I doing this? It's a long story, actually. I was from the corporate, you know, working for local companies as well as some international organizations. The one thing I found in my career was it's all about who you are, you know. You could be employed by some international company, you know, you could be around the world, working with people around the world, global organizations. But at the end of the day, it all depends who you are and what is your branding is all about. Your education, your experience actually comes second. And how you choose to brand yourself will come first. On how people like you when they look at you, when they share something, how comfortable they feel to be with you. That will make a lot of difference, and that's how your brand will start to flourish among people around you. Now, this is the most profound brand in the world, and this was created by Steve Jobs. So why Apple became the most profound handphone in the world? The reason was the founder wanted to create something, a phone which can be operated in a single button, a single button. That is the difference that he wants to make. He wants to introduce to the consumers. So he worked very hard on it, and he found ways to develop that technology for people to be able to use a phone with a single button. I'm sure many of you, before, when you thought of buying a handphone, buying an Apple phone, you must have thought there's only one button. How am I going to use it? But that's how he bred himself. And that's how today, whenever they launch an iPhone, people queuing, you'll be surprised. People practically queue to buy the phone. That's amazing, right? Now, what is the learning that we can take from here? If someone can queue and buy your product, wow, I think that is amazing. That is truly amazing. But can you do that? Can you do that? Does that mean your product has to be the best in the world, or you as a creator need to be a person with branding for people to trust you? This is what we're going to find out today. And let's move on to our next slide. A lot of people, they like expensive watch. And, Rolex being one of the most expensive one, a lot of people, they pay a bomb to buy this. And simply when somebody use this watch, we have some sort of idea where is he coming from, what his background is all about, what sort of person he is, what is his achievement level, So it is symbol of pride. So are we the Rolex in our industry? Are we the Rolex in our industry? That is something for us to think about. Now, the visibility. If you are someone, people need to know you, who you are. If you are someone doing something very different, then people will recognize you. People will like you for the things that you do differently. For whenever you are in the crowd, you will stand out to show that, hey, I am different because I have done something different and this is the result. So are we that person? Have we branded ourselves such a way? People need to know us for who we are, for them to come to us to seek our product or services. There must be something new, genuine, something that they can't get from another person. So we are in the marketplace. All of us are personal brand entrepreneurs because whenever we have a chamber meeting, whenever we have some social gathering, they always connect you to your organization. Very precisely, they will tell others what is this person's activity is all about, what company he owns, what is his industry, what business he is in. So have we actually brand ourselves with our activity? Have we done that before? I'm sure a lot of people have done it successfully, very, very, very successfully without going for any classes. Simply because they learn through the difficult way of learning from the ground, from their superiors, from their business environment, from all the difficulties that they have gone through in life. Now, whenever we create a brand, it must have a story to tell. Something that you can tell where the listener will be fascinated totally on how you came to a situation to create a branding for yourself and how that could benefit others. I am the brand. Are you the brand? Now, this is a question that we must ask ourselves in whatever business that we are in, and even if we are employed. Your employment purely based on your branding. Your branding means what can you do? What is your contribution to the organization? How the organization perceives you? How the organization perceives you to their customers? This is something very important. And this is something that all of us should adopt. All of us have a brand for ourselves. Adopting new skills will enhance the brand further. This is exactly what we are talking about, and this is exactly what we are looking at. Whenever people deal with you, they are looking at you, After meeting you for 1 or 2 times, how you look is not important anymore. It's not important anymore. It's how you portray yourself. How do you actually talk to people? How do you communicate? Are you a calm person? Are you a person who smiles very often? How is your body language? People look and learn about you. To a lot of people, personal branding comes naturally. To many others, we can learn, no problem. Just by meeting people, talking to them, exposing ourselves, learning from others, we can learn a lot of new things which we can adopt instantly to make things better for us. We are in the marketplace. The market is all about impressing others, impressing your consumers. And we can do this very well by just looking at people, learning from them, and adopting it to ourselves. As an entrepreneur, you're asking people to believe in you. Are you? Definitely. A personal brand entrepreneur means someone who is there, present to sell his product or services. Very often we will engage with them purely because who they are. Are they a friendly person? Are they a very difficult person? Are they asking too many questions? This sort of things. But at the end of the day, whenever we sell something to others, we are asking them to believe in ourselves. They are investing. They are not paying you money. They are investing in you. And they must have the returns of their investment for whatever amount they have paid to you. So are we doing this in our daily business? Let's move to the next slide. Now, here he says, if people like you, they will listen to you. But if they trust you, they will do business with you. Don't you agree? It's very true, It's very true. We must build relationships, without which it's very difficult to penetrate into a new market, to sell your products, to engage with someone new. If they don't trust you, they will not give you the opportunity to work with them. So this is something that we must learn. All of us have this ability, but it is a learning process. As we grow older, we grow wiser. We move into new markets, new people, new environment. We are doing global business, So in this environment, we need to keep upgrading ourselves every time. That will make a difference in our business. Now, there's 2 things actually, marketing and branding. Many may confuse between branding and marketing, but the most important thing is the branding comes first, marketing comes second. Branding will help to keep your customers' attention. They will be constantly looking for things that you do. You may do things very differently in the market. You may offer something new, something cheaper, something which they can share with others. And they will come to believe that whatever you do in the long run will benefit the customers. And to those who are not your customers, they will still like you because you're doing something worthwhile, something which is good for people, for anyone to use your service or your product. Marketing actually, it gets the customer's attention. You sell your product to them, and you may change your strategy from time to time to increase your sales, for example, of festive seasons, year end, things like that, So it is actually something very close, yet it is different. Now, at the end of the day, the most important thing all of us should remember is customer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction will determine if you will be in the market long or you need to exit at any time. The customer will actually decide who you are to that particular market. And as an entrepreneur, without creating this customer satisfaction to your clients, you will not be able to continue your business effectively. Or you could be struggling, you could be struggling. You could be working very hard, but then you will not be able to provide that sort of satisfaction that they actually need. When this happens, they look for another person who can actually give them the satisfaction. So our main aim in branding should be keeping the customer happy all the time. Now, welcome. I'm happy to be here. I'd like to thank the Chamber, Kuala Lumpur, Selangor Indian Chamber of Commerce for inviting me. This is an opportunity that I got, something very great in my life, I feel. And this came because someone liked me. This is a branding, this is a branding. Someone thought I could do something and they got me into something, and that's where I landed. And that was something very amazing. And what I'd like to share here is that this could happen to you as well. Very precisely, this will happen to you if you want it to happen. Just work on it. Make sure you create a brand with the people that you work with, your surrounding. People must have a good feeling about you whenever you are around. That will create opportunities for you at global level. We are a brand consultancy. A lot of people ask, do I do product branding? No, I don't do product branding. I'm very particular about personal branding because I feel if you're a personal brand, you have developed a personal brand for yourself, you can create any brand. You can sell your brand anywhere in the world. So the brand is actually created by a person, and the person needs to have a personal brand. We see very often, the product that they sell and the personality of the person will have some similarities. So the person must actually understand himself better, understand about his product, for him to create a brand for the market. So what we do, we have a personal brand entrepreneur training, personal brand strategy consulting, e-commerce, and online brand development. Now, this is very, very important, especially during this time where we need to explore our possibilities on an online platform for us to bring our business to the next level. And of course, we do brand sales, coaching, sales coaching, business continuity planning for your business. What should you do for over the period of next 6 months, 1 year, to sustain the business, not to create more profit, but to sustain the business. Like we have this difficult time, many of us were lost on how to counter this situation. So in a business continuity plan, there will be things that we expose your company to situations, to disasters where you have planned to counter them in the short run and long run. And of course, we do a lot of analysis about people who are brand, you know. This happens. A lot of people who are very profound, they become a brand of themselves. Now, this is one of my programs in a Tamil school, and I'm very passionate about Tamil schools. Very, very, very passionate about Tamil schools. I don't know why, but I started my career as a Tamil school teacher before I moved on to continue my education. I worked with Tamil school kids throughout the country. I've gone to their schools, you know, I've conducted programs for them to understand what is dreaming is all about, you know. Dreaming, not dreaming. நம்ம இந்தியா பிரசிடென்ட் முன்ன சொன்ன மாதிரி டே டைம்ல ட்ரீம் பண்ணாக்கா அந்த உலகத்துல நம்ம எப்படி அடுத்த நிலைக்கு போகலாம் அப்படின்றத நம்ம கத்துக்கலாம் அப்படின்றது வந்து இந்த பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு நம்ம சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கலாம். நிறைய பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு வந்து உண்மையாலுமே உலகத்துல என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு கூட தெரியாது. எனக்கு அந்த தமிழ் பள்ளிக்கூட நிலைமை வந்து அந்த மாதிரி பாருங்களேன். நிறைய யூனிவர்சிட்டிக்கு நிறைய செஞ்சிருக்கோம் தமிழ் பள்ளிக்கூடம். Tamil பிள்ளைகளுக்கு மட்டுமல்ல, it's not only for the Indian kids, it's also for kids from the other races. Now, she is a brand. She is a brand. Okay. Now, whenever you look at her, you see more than her image. You see more than whatever she's doing in the world today. Because she has exposed her personal branding to a greater extent for people to understand her in so many other ways, you know. So whenever you watch her on TV, conducting some interviews and all that, the questions that you choose to ask make people believe that she's such a nice person, or whatever she, you know, asks, whatever she tried to share with people will bring benefit to people. So that is branding is all about. So when you are a personal brand entrepreneur, when someone look at you, instantly they will feel that this person will be able to help me. By me being a friend to this person will be able to create some new opportunities for me. Or I can ask something from him, something that I don't know, because he's such a nice person, a friendly person. Are we creating all this in our marketplace with the people that we deal with on a daily basis? S.P. Balasubramaniam, everyone knows him. No, he is a person who speaks so calmly, you know. அவ்வளவு ஒரு அழகா பேசக்கூடியவர். அதுதான் அவருடைய பிராண்டிங். ஸோ உங்களுடைய பிராண்டிங் வந்து இது கூட இருக்கலாம். உங்களுடைய பேசும் தன்மை. மிஸ்டர் பீன் அவர் பேசவே இல்லை, ஆனா அவருடைய உடல் அசைவுகள், his body language, the way he makes people to be happy, you know, something that others can't do. So are you this person? Are you this person who you can create something and other people can't do the same the way you do? This is how you create your personal branding, and this is how you will change your life forever. Tony Fernandez, he came from the music industry. When he wants to start an airline company, everybody asked this person, can he actually run an airline company? Now he is going into food delivery. Now he has created a brand for himself to say that whatever he does, there is something more to making money. When he said everybody can fly, yes, he truly did that, and everybody could fly. And now he's going into a new venture, food delivery. I'm sure there'll be something great for all of us to look forward to. So are you this person in your marketplace who can give a value-added service, value-added things to your customers, even when they spend a very small amount of money with you, with your organization, buying your product or your services? Now, she is Pavitra. She was a sensation some time back. சில காலத்துக்கு முன்னாங்க அவங்க நிறைய வீடியோ செஞ்சாங்க. அவங்களுடைய வீட்டுல சமைக்கிறத அந்த வீடியோ போட்டு அந்த யூடியூப்ல அப்லோட் பண்ணாங்க. அவங்களுக்கு மில்லியன்ஸ் கணக்கில் ஃபாலோவர்ஸ் வந்தாங்க, நிறைய பணமும் சம்பாதிச்சாங்க. அது ஏன்னாக்கா அவங்க பேசக்கூடிய தன்மை, அவங்க பயன்படுத்தக்கூடிய மொழி, அந்த மலாய் மொழி அவங்க பேசும்போது மலாய்க்காரர்கள் பேசும் மாதிரியே அவங்க பேசுவாங்க. நம்ம பாருங்க, இந்த நாட்டுல பல வருஷம் இருக்கும். 50 இப்ப என்ன எடுத்துக்கிட்டாக்கா 50 வருஷத்துக்கு கூடயே நான் அந்த நாட்டுல இருக்கேன் பாருங்களேன். பிறந்து இங்கதான் இருக்கேன். ஆனா என்னக்குள்ள உள்ள பலருக்கு மலாய் மொழி சரியாக பேச தெரியலையே, மொழி ஆற்றல் பேச தெரியலையே. ஆனா இவங்க அந்த மொழிய அவ்வளவு அருமையா அந்த மலாய்க்காரர்கள் பேசும் போதே அவங்க பேசுறதுனால அவங்களுக்கு அவ்வளவு ஒரு ஃபேன் ஃபாலோவிங் தெரியுங்களா. அவங்களுடைய வெற்றிக்கு முழுக்க முழுக்க அவங்களுடைய பேசும் விதம் தான் காரணம். சோ இப்ப நான் என்ன ஷேர் பண்ண விரும்புறேன்னாக்கா, உங்களுடைய மொழி பேசும் தன்மை உங்களோட பிராண்டிங் மிக மிக முக்கியம், மிக 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 முக்கியம். ஆகையினால இந்த பேசும் தன்மையை நம்மளாம் வளர்த்துக்கோமே. நிறைய பேர் நல்லா அழகா பேசுவாங்க, ஆனா அதை வியாபாரமாக மாற்ற முடியுமா அப்படின்றது இன்னொரு கேள்விக்குறி. So who are you? We're going to find out more. This is my company. ஏன் இந்த கைரேகை வச்சுனாக்கா, ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட பர்சனல் பிராண்டிங் வித்தியாசப்படும். ஒவ்வொருத்தரோட பர்சனல் பிராண்டிங் வித்தியாசப்படும். ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் தனக்கு வேண்டிய ஒரு தனித்துவமான முத்திரையை உங்களால் தேர்ந்தெடுத்து அந்த முத்திரையாகவே உங்களால வாழ முடியும். The personal branding, you can actually choose your personal branding and you can adopt that to your daily life and become your brand. There shouldn't be any difference between your personal branding and how you are on a daily basis at home with your friends. It should be the same. Now, lockdown. We have come to our main topic now. Now, this has been the most difficult time for us ever, I think. We have lived for so many years and never we have come across a situation like this. A lot of people who live in KL probably you never, come across a situation where we had flood. Some of you do, but this time the pandemic has caused us great problems. Now we are locked at home. And a lot of our business activities we could not continue as per normal. பல விஷயங்களை நாம் எப்படி செய்தோமோ அப்படி நம்மளால செய்ய முடியவில்லை. இப்ப இந்த நிலையில நம்மளால என்ன செய்ய முடியும்? வியாபாரம் இரண்டு வகையாக இருக்கின்றது. ஒண்ணு ஃபேஸ் டு ஃபேஸ், நம்ம ஒருத்தரை நேர்ல பார்த்து அவருக்குள்ள வியாபாரம் பண்றது. இன்னொன்னு ஆன்லைன், அவரை நம்ம பார்க்கல, ஆனா இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இன்டராக்ஷன் நம்ம இப்ப ஜூம்ல இருக்கோம். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு இன்டராக்ஷன்ல அவர் முகத்தை நீங்க பார்க்கலாம், நீங்க ஆர்டர் கொடுக்கலாம், இந்த பொருளை நீங்க அவர்கிட்ட அனுப்பலாம். அதான் ஆன்லைன் சேல்ஸ். ரெண்டு மாதிரி இருக்கு. நம்முடைய வியாபாரம் எல்லாமே ஏறக்குறைய இந்த மாதிரி தான். நம்முடைய இந்தியர் வியாபாரம் ஏறக்குறைய எல்லாமே இந்த மாதிரி தான். ஆனா இந்த வியாபாரத்தை நாம் இந்த ஆன்லைன் பிளாட்ஃபார்முக்கு, இணையதளத்திற்கு நாம் இன்னும் கொண்டு வருவோம். We have not brought the business to that level. Or some of us we have, but then we have not gone to that level where we can operate without a face-to-face interaction. Now, இந்த சமயத்துல நம்ம பல புதிய விஷயங்களை நம்ம தேர்ந்தெடுத்து புரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். பாருங்க, உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஆன்லைன் பிசினஸ் நீங்க ஆரம்பிக்கும் போது நீங்க வந்து கண்டிப்பா you can be rest assured that your product will be delivered by some companies. We have a lot of companies in Malaysia which can deliver your products to your customers. Now, all you have to do is you need to sell your products to your customer, get your customer to pay you, and then you sell them. You can do that. Now, you must be active in social media. Social media is free, you know. You have to be active and you have to create a platform for yourself for you to promote what you're good at. Google search is free. With Google search, you can learn a lot of things, you know, a lot of things that you may not know, you may not been exposed to it before. But now you can learn, it's absolutely free. Now, email and WhatsApp is still free with WhatsApp restrictions introduced of late, but it is still free. And you know something? Online banking is free, or you may pay a ringgit a month, which is nothing, you know. So what I'm trying to say here now is you can actually choose the product of your passion, create a strategy on how to sell it online. Now, most of our people, they are into some sort of business like these, you know, food vendors and, you know, many other small businesses. Those who are on the larger scale, they will be able to engage a consulting company to do jobs for them, and they will be able to pay them. But for those who can't afford to pay a consultancy fee, you can also start a business online by just branding yourself. Initial stage branding is also free. The time has come for every entrepreneur, however small you are. Let me repeat, however small you are, you need to have a brand. You need to have a brand. Now, I'd like to share a story. I know this lady in Klang, Kampung Jawa, Batu Empat. She used to sell vadai, urunde, many other things, curry puff and all that. I have met her 7 months back. I was in Klang and I met her. She is delivering these palagarams with the delivery company. You know, she has engaged the delivery companies to work with them, like the Grab Food and all that. The customer will order, they will come to her place to collect those palagarams and deliver it to the house. Now, is it expensive? She's selling still at the same price, 50 cents, 60 cents, or 70 cents. But you see, for the customer to drive to her shop or stall, they need to pour petrol and they need to ride a motorcycle, will cost them money. But here, the delivery will only cost them, say, about 3 ringgit, 3 to 4 ringgit, which they still can afford to pay. And they could do other things at home, which is more urgent to attend. So when you do online business, the delivery part or the cost incurred in delivering the product to the customer is not an issue anymore. Now, it's very important to choose something that you are very passionate about. Never choose anything to brand yourself because someone else is doing. Or because அவரு செய்யறாருங்க, அவருக்கு நிறைய ஆதாயம் கிடைக்குது, சோ அதையே நான் செஞ்சு பார்க்கலாம், செய்யவே செய்யாதீங்க. அவரு செய்யறதும் நீங்க செய்யறது totally different.
Doctor,
உங்களுக்கு அது பிடிச்சிருக்கா? உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்சிருக்கா?
Dr. CK, sorry to interrupt. Doctor, could you use English or Malay? Because I think there are quite a number of participants who are requesting. They want to understand what you're saying. Okay, all right. And you have another 5 minutes, Doctor. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So choose something that you're passionate about. Now, a story is very, very important, extremely important. You know, people like to listen to your story, you know, how you created yourself, how you created the brand, how you started in your early days. People like to listen to what you like to do, what you share. You know, they will be very fascinated about your journey they will share the story with someone else, and that person would want to get to know you, would want to use your product. So a story in brand is very, very important. Now, you must have a tagline, something that you tell your customer who you are. Like here, it says, no one does courier like we do. No one does courier like we do. I know the owner of this company, and I attended one of his talks 7-8 years back. He was sharing how difficult it was to deliver the envelopes, from office to office, and especially during rainy seasons and things like that. And I still could remember his journey till today, and I'm sharing it with you because story stays in people's mind. Sini Satisoro, this person is in Brickfield, and this company now they're doing very well. They started very small from a stall. Today, people look for them because this person has created the brand. And whenever the customer visit their shop, he makes sure he go and talk to them, explain to them how the food is prepared and how they can send it over to their house and delivery and all that. This lady is from Seremban. I'm sure you must have read about her in the newspaper. There was an article about her in the Star. No, she chose to sell this tea wearing a sari, This has made headlines, headlines. And this is the branding that she creates. The coffee, the tea that she sells could be the same, but people could drive 10 kilometers. Or if you're just driving from somewhere to KL and you just want to drive into Seremban to taste a coffee or tea because she has a brand. The person who's selling patai with this Spider-Man suit. This is Uncle Kadir. I used to know him in Kluang. He runs a chendol business, and his business is 50 years old. 50 years old. People drive hundreds of miles just to go to his stall to taste his chendol. Can people do that to your business? Would you want people to do that to your business? Come to you, driving 100 kilometers to buy your product or services. This you can create with your personal branding. This is Barkat Group of Companies. Their humble beginning many, many years back. Adidas, GS Gill. GS Gill is Adidas and Adidas is GS Gill. Every boy who played football, he knows what is Adidas and he knows where to buy the Adidas shoes. That is a great branding, And can you do that? Can you create such a fan following for your product? Why personal brand entrepreneur? They become so successful because the trust and the credibility that they have created. For people to understand, to engage with them, they very often they have a very personalized relationship with their customers. Now you can also create that, but I think you must create that for you to continue to survive in these difficult times. If you have a personal branding, you will shine by yourself. First, with your personal branding, it will trigger interest for people to get to know you before you get to know them. It defines who you are. People will perceive you to be someone great even when they don't know you very well. And they would want to buy your product or services. When you have a personal brand, you're very visible to people. And people will find the trouble to find out what exactly is your product or services. That will be very good for your business. This is Sri Abhirami. This is Sri Abhirami. I'm sure you all know her. She is a ice skate athlete, and she's only about 7 now, and she has won numerous gold medals in the international arena. And when you are such an achiever, people start talking about you and create your brand before you create your own brand, because you are a high achiever. So in your business, if you receive awards, if you have a public seminar, if you talk to a group of people, if you have Facebook Live, then you will have fan following and they would want to buy your product or services. Now, if you could create a feasible personal branding, you can work anywhere, you know. You can control your environment. You can design strategies to stay focused in your business for others to discover who you are, for others to come to you and create the business that you always wanted. So I believe it all begins with your personal branding. And we all have our personal branding, and we can always improve it according to a new situation, like this, our pandemic, our difficult time, our lockdown, our not able to fly to other countries, our travel restrictions. But we can do something about it with creating a new brand for ourselves.
Dr. CK, excuse me.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt. I think you've got another just 2 minutes, Doctor, and we have quite a number of questions coming in as well.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Now, for all businesses, we should have a disaster recovery plan. Many companies, small entrepreneurs, small organizations, they don't really have this plan. This plan means when something happens, what can you do? What should you do? What are the minimum things that you should follow to safeguard your business, to continue to pay salary to your staff, you know, or to continue to provide to your family? So we all should have this plan in any business, you know, in any business, to safeguard the continuity of our business. And finally, we all must aware of cyber safety. Now we are talking about going into online platforms, and you will discover a lot of online platforms, a lot of opportunities online, and many other things which sometimes too, you know, you just can't believe all the too true to be, you know, it just too much. You can't believe that it is true. But be careful of your involvement in this online platform, because you could be cheated. You know, you are operating a online banking, so you know, your money could be transferred without your knowledge. If you're not prudent in safeguarding your password, you know, you must be always careful what you post online. What are the things that you choose to associate yourself with? The kind of words that you use, the kind of pictures that you share, people will brand you. People will come to understand you differently if you choose to share the wrong things. So on the cyber safety, please pay a lot of attention. Please learn further from organizations. I'm sure there are a lot of articles and all that on how to be safe online. Okay, with that, I think I will stop here. Yeah, before that, your personal brand positioning helps to eliminate your outdated image, embrace into digitalization, able to change your market from your current market to a new market. You can rebuild your reputation. You can resolve your conflicts if you have some conflicts before with some other industries. Now you are actually dealing with a new set of customers. And obviously you can save your cost of operation and you can increase your business returns. With that, I think we have come to the end of the presentation. Dr. Maria,
Yes. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much for this insightful talk. All right. And there are a couple of questions which are coming in. And before that, let me just very quickly summarize some of the key points that Dr. CK addressed in his talk just now. Firstly, Doctor, he did mention that branding versus marketing. You see, one question that was always there, branding first or marketing first, chicken or egg, you know, that kind of a story. So he emphasized that branding would come first, and that's your personal brand. Okay. And he said personal brand is all about us. All right. And then he also mentioned the importance of personal brand and gave us a couple of examples. And another important thing which he mentioned was create your own story. We are made up of stories, and stories are our brand. Okay. And also he said work on your passion. And he said, when you work on your passion, it could build further on your brand. And having a tagline, personalized relationship with customers, disaster recovery plan. Somehow here, Dr. CK linked the brand to disaster recovery, cyber safety and security. And he also said a very important, I'm sure many people will be having this question in your mind. What about all the photographs that we post in the TikTok, in the social media? Does it affect our brand? And he answered that question on whether, you know, the pictures that we share also speak 1,000 words about our brand. Okay, now, having summarized those points, I would like to highlight one or two questions, Doctor. There's one question here from Miss Radhika, where she's asking, if we are not sure, how do we find out what is our branding? How do we find out what is our branding? Would you be able to address that question, Doctor?
Yeah, basically your branding will be determined by your friends, your family, your surrounding. And I'm sure a lot of people, they keep complaining that, you know, people are unhappy with me and all that. So there's something is not right about your branding, not yourself, you know. It is not yourself. It's something that how you brand yourself. It's something how people engage with you, how people understand you. So if you want to create a brand for yourself, first find out or first determine how you want your brand to be. You can actually decide how you want your brand to be. So when you find enough details about the person that you want to be, bring all those things into you and learn more about how to brand yourself online, face to face, in your business environment, and how these would create income and opportunities for you.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Doctor. And I think that also answers a question from our Vice President, Dr. Nawamani, where she actually asked, how do I increase our brand recognition? So I think that would have answered this as well. But Dr. Nawa has one more question. How can I get the most out of my company's vision and mission through branding? How can I get the most out of my company's vision and mission through branding?
Okay. Sometimes people don't know how many companies you own, or they don't actually know your business activities, but they do know you. You know, they do know you, and then they engage with you. But they all know you're someone. They all know you're someone. So what you can do is you can start doing videos about yourself, about your activities, about the benefits that you could bring to people, to your customers. Not only to your customers, to anyone, you know, to anyone who wants to work with you, who wants to find out something about you, or something that you can give away free, you know, probably a half an hour chat with them to, you know, to give them some advice, which could be very valuable to some people, because the journey that you came is so different, and the level of achievement that you had is so different. So when you share this with people, that could be a great learning platform for them to start. Does that answer your question?
Dr. Nawamani, does it answer your question, Dr. Nawa?
Yes.
Okay, thank
and
you.
also increase your online presence.
Yes.
Watching a video, I think, is awesome, but the only way to go to the next level is to increase your online presence.
Online
Yeah.
presence.
But also, there was something something doctor has said, Maria, about the photographs that we share online. Please be aware that whatever you post online, it will be there. It will be there. Even if you delete in your device, it will stay there in the platform. Unless you go to Google, you write to them, you tell them the reason, and they take it out for you.
But doctor, even if they take out from the Facebook, it's already imprinted in people's mind already.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
doctor, there's one more question here. Question, this is from Till. It's written here from Till. How can we compete against those who have a better personal branding within the same sector or industry? How can we compete against those who have a better personal branding within the same sector or industry?
Even within the same sector, I'm sure you have your unique selling point. You have something different that you can offer from that other person. So you could do that. You could tell them that what you could offer better. But before that, if you could build a relationship with these people, if you can become a friend, if you can casually tell them, and you can be a person who share a lot of things which is beneficial to them, not only within your business, but beyond that, something that they need, and they will become your customer instantly and immediately.
Sorry, meaning doctor, you are saying when they add value to the people, correct? To the customers.
Yeah, when you add value to the customer.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does a good personal branding guarantee good business continuity?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You think?
I need to say it many times. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. There's a question here from Dr. Siva Jyoti. How would I tie my personal branding to two different nature of businesses that I do? How would I tie my personal branding to two different nature of businesses that I do? That's from Dr. Siva Jyoti, our council member as well.
Okay. Now, basically, you are providing some sort of benefit to your customers. So you can choose within your business, your many companies. You can choose that one thing which you can share with everyone else. Something like you could your product or services could make people happy, or you could improve efficiency in some people's work or their daily life, or something like that. No. So if you can just choose something which is of a general nature, focus on it. So whenever they talk about Dr. Sivajodi, and they know she is doing this and this is the activity, so you don't have to actually mention your companies in specific. This company, we are doing this. No, in generally the benefit that they get. Does that answer your question?
Doctor, does that answer your question, doctor? Yes, okay, doctor showing thumbs up. Anybody else who has any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask as well. Anybody else, any question?
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
I posted earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Selvam, Deputy President of Kuala Lumpur Selangor Indian Chamber of Commerce. Hello, CCK. Yeah, Raj. Nice having you here. Okay, my question is, what is the difference between the personal branding and product branding? How is the approach different, and also strategy different between product branding and personal branding? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question. It's a very good question. A lot of people, we create businesses, right? So it's the person who creates the business, and it is not a product which creates a brand. It is the person who creates the brand, and one person, he could create 10 brands or 20 brands. So I think the most important thing is the personal branding to that person and his understanding of the world, his understanding of the people around him, which will trigger him to create things for them. So the most important thing is his personal branding first before he goes into any product branding. Now, When it comes to product branding, you can have a lot of advertisement, promotion campaigns, sponsorship, and things like that. So that works differently. So when it comes to personal branding, it's a different strategy altogether. You have to expose yourself. You must make other people to look at you, the way you speak, the things that you are interested in, the kind of activities that involve yourself, maybe your school activities, your passion to Tamil schools, or your passion to some sports, just for people to have an idea of who you are. So for product branding, you may have strategies. You can work with some companies, consultancy companies, for them to improve the product further, which definitely fine. But for your personal branding, it all has to do, it has to start from you and how you want to showcase yourself to the world. Does that answer your question?
Deputy President, does that answer your question? Thank you very much. There's another question. Thank you. There's another question here from Mona. Mona, would you like to unmute and ask the question? It'll be good to hear more voices. Miss Mona?
Hi, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, good evening. My question is, if it's a service-based industry, for example, insurance or consultation or event management, which kind of branding is more effective? Is it personal branding or service branding?
It's personal branding, definitely. Definitely, because you engage with your clients directly, and the clients must understand the nature, the kind of person that you are. Your flexibility, your helpful nature, all these things will prompt them to work with you closer. And they will be able to, when you help them, they will be able to invest more money in you, Definitely.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Mona. All right. So are there any other questions from the floor? Would anybody else like to ask any questions? Or anybody here who want to share, you have lived a brand by yourselves? I'm sure many of you here have got a good story to tell. Anyone? Yes.
All of you have lived a brand. People in KLSICCI chambers,
Okay, I have one question. I'm Shamni from JB.
Yeah, Shamni.
Okay, branding. Okay, does logo and packaging makes an important role in a branding?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. For personal branding, your face is the logo. Okay, but for product packaging, you need to have a logo which can explain the nature of your business, or the benefits that the customer could get by using your product and services.
So it's like just now you make an example of the Apple icon. It's like when people see the logo Apple, that means people know it's an iPhone.
Yeah. Half-eaten apple.
Okay.
Like for yourself, maybe you should have your picture in your name card, which will make a lot of difference. Somewhere you are in your best suit, and then you're smiling. That gives a good introduction to people before they they come to contact with you, before talking to you, before doing any business with you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. I hope it answered your question. We have another question here. I think this is from Magain, is it? Would you like to unmute and ask this question? Magain? Oh, let me read down. The question here basically, how do you bring your personalized branding into your organization?
In an organization, it's all about your personal branding. When you run a company, it's all about your personal branding. How you handle your people, how you make decisions, and how do you plan, how do you move forward? It's all about you, And sometimes in the organization, if the boss is moody and he's a person of he's angry all the time, and he don't talk properly and all that, people live in fear, They go to office with a lot of fear. But if you are a very friendly person, very approachable, people can come to you and discuss things, it will be a different working environment. And you must also understand, if people are free with you, if they're happy with your branding, if they're happy to deal with you, you don't have to ask them to stay back and finish the work. They will stay back and finish your work. They will go from their usual, delivery of whatever you need for your company beyond to give you that service, that support that you need if you have a perfect branding, which I think every employer, every person, every business owner should have a branding.
All right, thank you. I hope that answers your question, Magain. And we have another question here from Till. Till, would you like to ask this question? Unmute and ask. Till. Otherwise, I would. Okay, never mind. Many popular brands have lost the market share, although they had good products. How to avoid such failure? Oh, her mic is having issue. Okay, so how to avoid such failure? Many popular brands have lost their market share, although they have good products.
Yeah, there could be a few reasons. I think I've read that Victoria's Secret have closed 200 of their stores around the world. Okay, so people still like the brand. People still like the brand, and they pay a lot of money to buy those products. But here, what we really need is change in strategy. Change in strategy. They were focused on malls, having luxurious setups and all that, which is totally uncalled for now. Now they can go online. It's so much cheaper, So I think the thing that we can look at the thing that we should consider at most is change in strategy.
Change is important. Yeah. Okay. Are there any other questions? If there's none, Doctor, I have one question. Just now you have showed a lot of people, a lot of successful people with everyone have their own brand, right? It has always come in me, but maybe this time I think you would definitely have answer. Is there a thin line running across these people with good personal brands? If there's thin line running across, everyone has it, what would that be?
The ability to engage with their customers.
Ability to engage.
Ability to engage with their customers, yeah.
Ability to engage with customers. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think there's one more question, Doctor. Doctor, do you agree that personal attitude and values has a lot to do with branding? That is from Magain.
Come again, I can't hear.
The question is from Magain. Do you agree that personal attitude and values has a lot to do with branding?
Yeah, it does. But then, you see, I know a lot of people, they are not themselves when it comes to a corporate environment, they tend to be a different person. So if you are that person at home, then probably you can still live with it at home. But when you're out, you can actually create a brand for yourself, which is for your company, for your organization, for the people who work with you. So you can actually divide this from your personal life and to your professional life.
Okay. Some people do have, okay, there's another one more question, Doctor. Wow, we're actively having some questions. This is from Radhika. Okay. She said, you mentioned face is our personal branding. Some people do not have a face that is likable. How then can the person brand themselves?
Who was this question from?
The question is from Radhika.
Radhika. Yeah. Radhika, right?
Radhika, yeah.
Radhika, try smiling. Try smiling. Look at yourself in the mirror. Smile. Smile. You are beautiful.
The smile turns any person into a likable person.
Any person. Just smile. That is the secret. That is the secret. It is the best body language that you can show people, just smile at anyone, they will smile back at you.
Okay, simple as that, isn't it? Yeah,
simple as that.
All right. Anybody else? Any other questions? Anybody else? Any other questions?
That's how you break barriers,
Yeah.
Someone that you don't know, you just smile at them, and you say, hi, how are you? My name is so-and-so, and I'm sure they will talk to you.
Just smile, even if it's your enemy. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think those are the questions that we have so far. Any other questions, or anybody would like to share anything? If there's none, Doctor, I want to thank you, Dr. CK. Thank you very much for this wonderful session. Maybe since we have our Deputy President here, maybe could I invite our Deputy President, Mr. Tamil Selvam, to just do a little bit of wrap up and close the session? Mr. Tamil Selvam?
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I see this personal branding entrepreneur session has invited more than 70 over to 80 over participants. It's a very good sign. And I think it's because of the speaker. I think this speaker is branding. His branding is everywhere. So many people want to come here and hear about CK. And I wish to thank CK very much for wonderful presentation, real life experience sharing, and your contribution to the community. I think all speaks loudly. And thank you for participating in the Chambers program. And I hope we will continue to invite you in future programs. Thank you very much to all the participants also. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Selvam. Thank you. Now, could everyone please show yourself so that we can snap some photographs? Or put on your best smile that you have. Okay. All right. I'm taking screen by screen. I'm snapshotting. Okay, everyone, if you can show yourself. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile. Yes. 1 minute. Okay, the first screen, smile. There you go. The next one, keep smiling. You wouldn't know which screen you are in. And another one more. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for all your cooperation. And once again, Dr. CK, thank you very much for the beautiful, fantastic talk and your lovely slides. Actually, I forgot to tell you, there's one more person who asked if they can have your slides.
Can.
Okay.
Probably they can just text me. Yeah, can.
All right. Okay. All right. Just text your number into the chat box. Doctor will pick it up. All right. And to everybody else who are here, thank you so much for making this session a wonderful session. Please continue to keep abreast with what's happening with KLSICCI, and we'll see you again the next time. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.